Hello, good morning. Now we enter to yet another poem, what is called Edge, written by Sylvia Plath. In American literature, Sylvia Plath has a great position. Though she lived till 30 years of age, she, like John Keats in Great Britain, has become a very acclaimed writer in America. She had spent some years in Great Britain after marriage, and she has written some wonderful poems which attracted much attention from the public and has been known as a very, very important poet among literates. She spent her life in the span between 1932 to almost 1963. Was popularly known as poet, novelist, and short story writer. Means what? She has put her fingers in all the fields of literature. And people say without Sylvia Plath, American literature ceased to be a literature. It cannot be called a literature. Such an authentic, beautiful, attractive writer she was. She was just like a small, brief biography. She was born in Boston, and later she was married to Ted Hughes in 1956. Ted Hughes, that you remember, that you study modern literature, the poem called Thought Fox in the previous semester. And their life had been okay, having 2 children, but later proved to be a failure. It is written in the biography, Sylvia Plath, as a woman during these 1960s, had suffered a lot. And by finding no other way, she got divorced from Ted Hughes and settled in Great Britain. And she was a victim of depression. Is in the introductory class I had mentioned so many people who had run away from the real realm of life by the fear of death or by the fear of actual life. So many people's life we have noticed. So after the divorce from Ted Hughes, another poet, she found no future in the life. How to bring out 2 children, and she was not that much employed, and she had only power of writing. And how to live, when to live, where to live was a question for Sylvia Plath. And it is written in the biography, Sylvia Plath was a victim of depression, totally sadness, finding no profit in life, and was having a tendency to commit suicide. And actually she committed suicide. And it is told, this poem, what is known as edge. What is meant by edge? Edge is in the already end of something, like this is the edge of our table. This is edge of our table. Like edge of life, whether to be or not to be, that is the question, as Hamlet says. To be or not to be, to live or not to live, it is a question, not only question for Sylvia Plath, has been a question for so many people. And she suffered depression, the age of 30, finding no future in life. It is reported she committed suicide. subjects like during these times, subjects like sexual aberration, tendency of suicide, and even what is to say more, alcoholism had been in the area of poetry and literature. And during this time, what is called the theme of the poem, ladies had no freedom at all, particularly in Christian community and Muslim community. There had been no freedom for ladies, and they have to look after the problems of children, whereabouts of the house, and to be inside the house, not outside the house. That presently also this tendency is uplifted everywhere. So what is called, one of the critics on Sylvia Plath says, the main theme of the poem here finds what is called patriarchal thoughts. What is meant by patriarchal thoughts? The importance given to male characters, whereas female characters are insignificant even in the family life. So it is one of the critics reports that the real theme of this poem is patriarchal approach, where matriarchy or significance of women kept unnoticed. So this might have been the tendency among the people, where all ladies were sidelined or women were sidelined, and they are kept in the four walls of the house, and no freedom given to go outside. She has written so many poems, and among which notable three important poems are the Colossus, very important poem, Colossus, and the Ariel, another poem, and some edge like some other poems which made her popular. And it is reported this poem, which is written only a couple of days ago before her suicide. It is written about a woman really who committed suicide, and later 2-3 days she committed herself suicide. That is a fact. So probably it is a visualization of the poet before doing such a crime, leaving from this world to reach another world, and to do goodbye to the old daily lives and matters of life. And what did she get? The critic says, whether did she get heaven, whether did she get hell, it is a matter of question. Committing suicide, philosophically put, had been a subject matter of so many philosophers. And even that you have studied great Buddha. After he was a prince in a palace, and later he renounced everything and became a sannyasi, because Ashoka, Siddhartha the king, the prince, had no time to see the sufferings of the people. Siddhartha, who came to the streets of the palace or streets of his dynasty, he found so many people suffering. The sufferings like women doing in present century, and which dethroned his heart, which decapitalized his heart, and he reported his father. One day in the midnight, he renounces his palace and going to be a saint in the forest, and he was under the meditation. Why people suffering? Why people had to be victims of sufferings and miseries? It is written in the history of India like that he went in search of the futility of life and what will be the life after death. Siddhartha, the king, the prince, wanted to know. What is happening in the later stage? The same concept of death and life after death has been a matter of the subject to so many philosophers, so many people. And his own follower, one Bodha Dharman from Tamil Nadu. You might have read the history of Tamil Nadu, what is called Dravida history, or history of Dravidianism, where Bodha Dharman was a prince of, in the same way Siddhartha, Bodha Dharman was a prince of Tamil Nadu kingdom, and one who once he reported his father the king of the land, says, Daddy or Rajan, I don't want to live in this palace. Why? I want to live where the world where has no death at all, says. Like Siddhartha, Bodha Dharman from Tamil Nadu says to the papa or to the father that he does not want the pleasures of the kingdom. He does not want to be a prince. He does not want to be a king in future, because he cannot really understand why people die. Look, that is a matter of philosophy. So Bodha Dharman wants to live a world, wants to live in the world where there is no death at all. So how can I reach this world? Like Siddhartha, who made Buddhism. Later the same concept came to Bodha Dharman in Tamil Nadu. Because I want to talk to you, what death as a concept has been a matter of the people. That everybody knows one day or another day, people will die. But before reaching the allowed time to die, people like Siddhartha, people like Bodha Dharman had been thinking about death, which could not give them the entire consolation. And what happened? Bodha Dharman renounced the palace and the kingly pleasures and straightly went to China. And it is reported in Bodha Dharman's history. Already Bodha Dharman reached China. That time it was ruled by the king Wu. Alright, we call dynasty of Wu. Wu dynasty. Wu dynasty, the king also accepted Bodha Dharman, telling that Bodha Dharman is renouncing everything and coming to China to follow Buddhism. And it is reported the king Wu advocated and demanded our Bodha Dharman to tell him that he had done so many things. Reported he had built so many Buddhist temples. Then he is asking Bodha Dharman, how can I reach the place of heaven? You tell me. Then what Bodha Dharman says to the king of whom? It is not that how many Buddhist temples that you created, but you just affirm yourself what all good things you have done to humanity. That is a matter of thing to be considered. In the same way, Bodha Dharman made what is called Zen Buddhism in Chineism. It is a subsidiary movement of Siddhartha's Buddhism, later has been popular in China. So these people, what I want to talk to you, all the princely people or elite class people, though they had much pleasures and much conveniences in the life, they had been searching the real meaning of life. And why this is suffering happening? Why this type of misery is coming to people? It is a matter of question to be answered. Everywhere that is a philosophy coming. In the same way, what Ying Wooler, a great philosopher Ingwooler, his name is Ingwooler, great British philosopher, says, I consider my life is just like a very sweet orange. And what shall I do? I will drink each inch of the orange with a very great pleasure, oozing and oozing and oozing and oozing. I will drink till the end. But Swami Vivekananda advised Ingwooler that it is okay. You consider your life is just like a sweet orange, and you take its essence and drink till the end, okay. But I also consider, Swami Vivekananda says, I also consider this life just like a sweet orange. But I collect the essence of, or what is called the beautiful sweet juice from the orange will be kept in different bottles, and I will try to give this each bottle to all those people who are suffering. But on the one hand, Ingwooler says he will drink till his death. But Vivekananda says, I also consider life is just like a sweet, beautiful orange. But I will keep its juice in different bottles, and I will hand over to those people who are suffering. So this is my motto of life, to distribute among the people what I can do for the humanity. Then only the life will be successful. What I must tell you, this matter of thinking, why death coming after life, or why people get death in a very premature age, is a matter of a question. people have different interpretations on that. So it is very paka sure that the poem was written only a couple of days ago, before her own suicide. About the woman, here we present the poem, present a woman. In a way or indirectly, we can say woman represents the poet. It is written in the subjective way of her own experiences. So here woman stands, this woman now telling that we present in a third person way that she has seen a woman committed suicide. Edge means what? It is the real edge of the life. Which of the edge of the life? Whether to pull up life or whether to stop it. Whether to lead the life or to stop the life. It is an edge in between. Though it has different interpretations, we stick upon the real interpretation by great critics are found on edge that will go that. Poem describes a dead body. The first thing that it represents a dead body, and she has different qualities of that we have, which has three important themes are presented in the poem. One is what that we called probably in Malayalam song that you might have heard about. All right, in Malayalam, Kannunir Tulli Sriyodu Upamicha Kavya Bhavani, a poem was written earlier. The child who takes birth is a girl will have to suffer a lot. It is the message not only presented from the long time since man has taken birth. So this is one of the things that all ladies and women suffer in the world. And Isarpound points out 2-3 important pillars of theme in the poem. First one is death. All right, death is the main thing that he consider. All right, death is one of the real subject matter of the poem. All right, then second one is called patriarchy, that we called patriarchy. All right, patriarchy, I discussed the importance given to man. Women were considered insignificant. And third one is called nature. All right, these are the different themes that she tries to bring forward in the poem. And last penultimate one is called motherhood. All right, these are the four important areas by which Sylvia Plath has designed her poem and how it comes in the world. Nature, we have so many concepts of rivers, then natural things and other things where death shows the reality. Then this male domination she finds. So what all the real thing, edge of life? Sylvia Plath, it has been described. The first reading, it has written two lines like a very beautiful, almost 21, 22 lines are there. The first line, she says, the woman is perfected. Her dead body wears smile of accomplishment. Look here. It is very placidly presenting. And she might have been thinking about death earlier. How to live in this world. What is to be done in this world. Like the Bodhidharman in Tamil Nadu asking, Father, what is the real meaning of death? What is real meaning of life after death? Why people are dying? Just like Siddhartha asking the kingly people, what is the meaning of life if people are suffering too much? All right, so we want to show to humanity, we want to show to mankind how fruitful we are to the society, how we are fruitful to the other fellow being, and that may be the question. So this is not a new matter of or subject matter, death, how to commit suicide. Plenty people, though they are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, had been committed suicide. Plenty people. What is to say, even Cleopatra in Alexandria committed suicide. Plenty people we can show. This suicidal attempt is still going in our country, everywhere. If people do not get a particular fortune, they will commit suicide because they do not find life is meaningful. Here also sufferings happen, miseries happen, and the poet herself is very sad how to look after children after divorce from husband. To pull up life is difficult, but whether she wants to take children in suicide or whether to give them away is another matter of question. But in the visualization, she takes her own children in suicide or in death to the other world. But actually not happened so. The woman is perfected. Underline perfected. Your page number. Now it comes 11. Sylvia Plath. 11. Page number 11. The woman is perfected. 11. The women. People say women. Woman is always earlier also considered. W stands for wife. O stands for of. And man. Even the description of woman is considered wife of man. So it was considered W wife of man. Wife of man. In the patriarchal society also might have been so. And man would say, all right, wife should be inside the house to look after the things in the household things and to bring up children in the house. That might have been the reason why Sylvia Plath planned this matter to commit suicide. She had been confined in her house to look after children and do the household things. And even another, just like a hydrogen bomb, like their life had been separated. so no other way but to commit suicide. Might have been the reason for Sylvia Plath says, look at this woman, look at this woman, is perfect. She is perfect. Nobody can become perfect. That everybody knows. Nobody is perfect. But Sylvia Plath showing dead body of a woman telling she is perfected herself. Means what? She has done what she had planned. Alright, did everything, finished. Story finished. Oh, पूरा हुआ, पूरा हो गया. Oh, story, oh, कहानी पूरा हो गया. Here, her story is now finished, perfected. Suicide mark, bravery note. It is perfected. Why? It is not a matter of cowardice. People always say, why this man committed suicide? He cannot control his emotions. Alright, but Sylvia Plath says, now look at this woman. Woman is perfected means what she had planned, she put into practice. Means what? It is a matter of cowardice. It was her bravery that she committed suicide. In the same way, all the worldly pleasures, Bodha Dharman in Tamil Nadu renounced to join Zen Buddhism because he wanted to know the real truth of death. Why Siddhartha renounced his palace and kingly pleasures? Because he wants to know what is the real problem of miseries and sufferings of the people. In the same way, here woman is perfected. It is written, finished, perfected. Her dead body, now look her dead body on the floor, just like we keep a dead body. Look, dead body, look, on the floor. Where's a smile of accomplishment? Underline accomplishment. She achieved her goal. Accomplishment. She achieved her goal. So the woman is perfect. And her body, you look, where's the smile of accomplishment? It goes like that. We will continue this poem in the next class. You get ready with your textbook and we go line by line in the next class. Till that moment, goodbye.